Gladiator 2 isn't as epic as the first Gladiator movie, but that doesn't make this a bad movie. This is a really good, really solid sequel. Gladiator 2 derives its emotion from the first movie. It leans heavily on the characters of the first movie, honors them, honors their legacy, and also honors their emotions to bring more emotions into this story and make this movie a kind of a full circle moment for some of the characters from the first movie. And this part of leaning into the first movie for the core emotion of this movie really makes this a very well thought and a very sincere and honest sequel, which in turn makes this a solid movie. By the way, Denzel Washington wasn't wrong when he said this.
Let me say this.
Oh yes, okay.
This kid delivers. I'm a pretty good actor. I'm serious. Trust me. I saw it when Russell did it. He delivered. This kid delivered.
He was definitely good. And one of the things which comes with these kind of movies, and especially with these kind of roles, is the comparison. We will definitely compare the performance or the character of Paul Mescal to the character of Russell Crowe. Now both of these characters are related to each other, and of course we have seen the first movie. It wasn't explicitly told to us that Lucius is the son of Maximus, but it was kind of hinted at, and anyone who has seen the movie knows that, yeah, there was some degree of truth there, and this was confirmed in the trailer of this movie as well. So the comparison becomes even more prominent. But what about their performances? Now Russell Crowe's performance was just on another level in the first movie. Now I won't say Paul's character could become that kind of a character which Maximus was because of the acting performances, but still he did a fine job. He in fact did an exceptional job, but again, it is kind of harsh to compare him with Russell Crowe's performance, but you can't even, satisfy yourself without comparing them. But anyways, compare or not compare, he was good. That's it. Pedro Pascal's character, yeah, he didn't get a lot of screen time. He was there. He was kind of a very important character as well. He was there. He had his moments, but he wasn't kind of that very full, fleshed out character. Now, the most interesting character of this movie, it is the character played by Denzel Washington. Now, he's that kind of a character who is a very, thinking kind of a guy who plots everything. He has eye on the bigger picture. Kind of a selfish man as well, but a man with a plan. And that is what Denzel Washington's character is. And there is a lot of suspense around his character, about his actions, about his loyalties and all those things, and I enjoyed that. The performance, there's no question about the performance here. His performance was good, but the character was really intriguing for me for the most part of the movie. Now let's talk about the suspense behind the identity of the character of Lucius. Now from the trailer, as I said, that we all know who he is, but there's a considerable amount of time spent in this story which kind of served as a double-edged sword. Now as viewers, we know for a fact that he is for sure the son of Russell Crowe's character Maximus, but the characters in this movie also needs to know, and therefore there is a considerable amount of time and effort put in to build up this big reveal. But the movie is still playing a catching game with the audience because the audience are far ahead in that reveal. So basically it was necessary for the story from the movie's perspective, but from the audience's perspective we already knew he was. So yeah, that reveal, that was necessary to do, but that also served as a kind of a double-edged sword. Now one of the highlights, the battle scenes, the arena and all the fighting scenes. Now this time around, I liked how they changed the arena a bit, because in the previous movie we saw the arena was all a land. This time they tried to do something different. This time they tried to use apes. This time they also tried to use water as well, like with the ships and all. So yeah, it was kind of a good upgrade in terms of the arena, and it was good because that provided us with a different flavor, some different expectations from the arena, because in the first movie we saw what the arena was like, but this time it was that same thing plus a few different things as well. So that was a necessary and a good upgrade. Now what about the story? Is it coherent? Does it, justify the first movie? It does. The movie is absolutely the continuation of the first movie, and as I said earlier in this video as well, that it derived its core emotion from the characters of the first movie. And of course the story also leans on one of the philosophies of the first movie. At the end, let's talk about Ridley Scott. Ridley Scott directed Napoleon last year, and it wasn't well received by the audience nor the critics, but did he deliver in Gladiator 2? Sure he did. Absolutely he did. I liked the movie. I enjoyed the movie. But for me, one of the highlights of the movie was that how sincere the movie was to the first movie, how respectful it was to the first movie, It just respects the first movie and tries to deliver a very compelling movie the second time. Now I know it's very difficult to top what they did in the first movie, but just to honor the legacy of the first movie, just to give it respect, and just to deliver, and just trying to deliver a coherent movie the second time around, that was enough, and they did it nicely. I have not given away any details about the movie in this video. If you have already seen the movie, please do let me know in the comments, and as always, thank you so much for watching.